Hello again, welcome back Dragons, Golden Bears, and Eagles, and any of you Cougars out there. I'm Mr. Martinez, and we have a new activity for you today. Last video was juggling, so if you haven't seen it yet, go check that out. But we're going to do Hacky Sack today. We're first going to talk about what you need. Let's get started. Everything that you need for this activity is going to be listed in the description box below, but let's still talk about what you need and how to put it together. First, you're going to need balloons. I got these at the neighborhood Dollar Tree. They were only $1 and I got 25 in a package. Next, you'll need a dry ingredient. I have rice. You can use dry beans, lentils, or even plastic beads. In order to get the rice inside of the balloon, you're going to need to make a funnel. We'll make that first. We're going to get a piece of paper, some Scotch tape, and some scissors if we need them. First, we're going to start with the piece of paper. We're going to make a cone. I'm going to go ahead and curl it over, create my opening, and about this size, I'm going to go ahead and tape it shut. Tape the front end, turn it over. I'm going to secure the back end. If you find that your opening is still too small, then you can get your scissors and cut it smaller if you need to. Next, we're going to take our first balloon. We're going to stick our funnel inside the opening. We're going to go ahead and hold that to make sure it stays in place, and we're going to pour our rice in. We want to make sure the rice gets filled all the way up to the neck. We want it to be a round ball, but we don't need any in the neck. We're actually going to cut that piece off. We don't need any of this top part here. We're going to go ahead, make a cut. Now it's more of a round ball. This would make it bumpy. We're not going to use just one balloon. We need more than one because, as you know, balloons do pop. So we're going to go ahead and layer it. Now that we cut off the neck, we're going to take a second balloon. We're also going to cut right at the neck. And we're going to use this second balloon to cover the first. We need to layer our balloons because, as we know, balloons can pop, rip, or tear. We don't want to make a mess with this, so we're going to layer with multiple balloons. So I'm going to go ahead and take my second balloon and we're going to stretch it over the first. Careful not to let any of your rice or beans come out. I'm going to cover the hole first, and we're going to go ahead and push it along until we get the second balloon completely around the first one. There we go. Now we have it covered. So we have 2 layers, and we're going to go ahead and continue. Okay, let's get started with our skills. I made a second hacky sack. I do want to explain that you don't want to put too much rice in it. If it gets too round and too hard, it won't pancake very well. Meaning that when it hits the ground or your foot, we want it to be able to flatten out just a little bit so it doesn't bounce. So we don't want anything that can bounce. We want it to just pancake and stay there. So we're going to go and start with our first skill, and our first skill is called an inside kick. That means we're going to use the inside of our foot. So to get started, we're going to go ahead and hold the hacky sack up high, and we're going to use the inside of our foot, and I'm going to bring my foot up to the inside here. Okay, so I'm going to drop, kick, and try to get it back up straight in the air. So go ahead and give it a try, take a few minutes, and we'll move on to the next exercise when you get back. Okay, welcome back. I hope you had some success. I know it's a little difficult. If you ever feel like you need to have more time with it, go ahead and pause again. Try it a little bit more with the inside kick. We're going to go move on to the outside kick now. So the first one we were going inside. Now we're going to have the same foot going outside. And don't forget to try and work both feet as well. Okay? In case the hacky sack goes to the other side of the body, you're going to have to be able to reach with that other foot as well, okay, whether it be inside or outside. So I'm going to still continue with this leg, and now I'm going to drop it to the outside of my body and try to kick it straight back up. So here it goes. Not so much. Let's keep trying. Another skill down, now on to our third. So first we did our inside kick. Second we did our outside kick. Now we're gonna do our front kick. So now we're gonna go and drop it straight down and try to kick it straight back up. When we do so, we're gonna try and flip our toes up to make sure it doesn't go forward, we want it to go straight up. So you want to imagine you're using your foot like a scoop, and also similar to how you would kick a soccer ball and jug a soccer ball with yourself. Alright, let's move on to our next skill. We're going to actually use the knees now. If you're familiar with juggling and soccer, this will feel right at home for you. So we're just going to go ahead and drop it on our knee, bounce it right back up. Try that out for a few minutes and we'll get back to you in a few. Okay, so now we have a few skills that we've learned. We've learned our inside kick, outside kick, front kick, and now the knees. Now what we can do is use combinations. And the goal of Hacky Sack is to try and keep the Hacky Sack in the air for as long as possible without it dropping. So challenge yourself to try and hit it multiple times without letting it hit the ground. Make sure though you have plenty of personal space. We know a lot about that, so go ahead and put out your arms. Make sure that if you come into contact with something, you should probably move away because you're going to need about this much space around you. So let's try a few combos and see how it goes. How many kicks can I do in a row? Let's count together. Ready? 1, 1. All right, let's try again. Hey, now we can build from there. Let's try 2 or more. Okay, a lot of skills that we covered. I hope you enjoyed. You want to make sure that you continue practicing. We do have the time right now to develop these skills. That way when we do get back to school, you'll be able to play something with your friends. There are games that you can play, and you want to make sure you're good with your left and right leg. That way, no matter where that Hacky Sack goes, you're able to react to it in any way that you need to, whether it be an inside kick, outside kick, front kick, or using your knees. Maybe you let it bounce off your chest, whatever combination you can make up. Now there are a few games that we can try. So the first game that you can try is 21. How it works is, it's you and one other person. First, I will go and I'll try to make a combination as high as possible. So let's say I make a combo with 3 hits before it hits the ground. As soon as I'm done, I'll give it to my partner, let them try, and let's say they get 2. So now it comes back to me after their turn, and I'm gonna try again. This time when I make my combo, I'm gonna add on to the number. So let's say I get 4 more hits. So I start from 3 and I get my 4 more hits. So it's gonna be 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I just add on to it. Let them have their turn. Let's say they get 2 more. So they go from 3 to 5. So we just keep going to see who's the first to get to 21. Now, if I reach 21 first, then I'm gonna at least still allow my partner to try and reach 21. And if we somehow tie, then we'll move on to the lightning round. In our lightning round, we're gonna have 1 more turn each, and then whoever gets the highest combo event is the winner. Another game you can try is Around the World. You can maybe get some other people around the house involved and have them try out with you. Make sure you have your own personal space, social distancing, and you do need that room anyway, and everyone would stand in a circle, and you would pick a direction, and you can toss it to the next person. They would try to hit it, and each person gets 1 hit to hit it all the way around. So if you complete the circle, great, and try to go as long as possible. Okay, I hope you had a good time playing Hacky Sack. There are a lot of different skills you can try. You can do your research, look up Hacky Sack skills. There's a lot of advanced ones out there. Focus on these basics first. Remember, you do have the time to practice. Review the video if you need to, and stay tuned for our next one. See you later.